All right, so we're looking at solving, I'm not solving, but simplifying and distribution. So 0-2. So what does simplifying mean? What's one thing or action you would do when you simplify? What's one thing you do? Not solve. So you're going to reduce the number of terms by doing what? Not by dividing.
Finding something that goes into it.
Combining like terms. Very good. Combining like terms. That's our first thing. So combine like terms. What does that mean? What's the first part mean? Combine. Put together. What's the operation they're referring to? Yeah. Say it again. Add. That's right. Add. So we are adding when we combine like terms. And how do we know they're like terms? Is there certain criteria? They look the same. Okay, you're on the right track, but how do they look the same? All right, so we said like terms are terms that have exactly the same variable. Is there more criteria though?
Yeah.
And the exponent. Very good. Same variable and exponents. Don't forget the exponent is that small number to the right of the variable. So combine like terms, once we identify they are like terms, they have the same variable, same exponents, we are going to add their coefficients. We're going to add the coefficients. Don't forget, those are the big numbers out in front of our variables. All right, I'm going to write down some terms here and say whether or not these are like terms. So let's look at negative 2x and positive 3x. Are those like terms? Yes. Even though they have a positive and negative, that's okay. They are like terms. Why? Same variable x and the same invisible one power right there. If those match, we could combine those front numbers. Okay. Let's look at an example that does not have like terms. So if I wrote down something like negative x squared, can someone tell me a non-like term? 5. Or 5x. Or negative 5. Right? Anything that doesn't have the same variable and power. So this would be a no. Okay, let's put an x on there just to see how close it would have been though. Still not like terms. We have the same variable x, but our powers are different. There's the difference. All right, here's our second example here. We have x squared plus 2x minus 4x plus 7. Usually we'll always see the word simplify as our instructions to look for like terms. Do we have like terms here? Yeah. We do. What are they?
2x.
Good. There's a way to mark them. I'm going to go ahead and underline these like terms. Positive 2x and good. Negative 4x. Always take the sign to the left of that term. Those are like terms. Okay, and so what we can do with those like terms, we could add those coefficients together. 2 plus negative 4 to get a new coefficient of negative 2. So when I go to simplify, I'm going to combine those those front numbers. Nothing goes with x squared though. But now my x term is no longer two different things. It's one. It's negative 2x. Did the x change? Did the variable change there? No, the variable doesn't change. When you are combining, when you're adding like terms, the variable stays the same. It's still x. It's not x to the 2 anymore. It's just x, negative 2x. Only the coefficient changes, the big number. And what's still left there is the positive 7. So there's our simplified answer. All right, when we use distribution property, what basic operation are we using? Are we adding, we're subtracting, multiplying, dividing? It's multiplying. When we distribute a number, we are multiplying. All right, so when we use distribution property, we are multiplying the outside number into all terms inside the parentheses. All inside terms. Okay, those are the ones that are inside the parentheses. All right, here's our first example here. We have a number 3 on the outside. We'll only this week and next week we'll only be dealing with numbers on the outside. So you won't have to worry about the exponent changing at all. So we're going to take this number, this 3, and distribute it inside. That means we're multiplying inside to all those parts. So 3 times x is going to give me 3x. 3 times negative 5 is negative 15. And would I multiply the 7 by 3? No, it's outside. What I'm going to do, though, in a second is combine my like terms. So after you distribute, after you multiply, you add, just like order operations. You multiply first, and then you add. So we're going to distribute first, and then combine like terms. I can combine my negative 15 and my positive 7. So my final answer, simplified, would be 3x. And what's that become, the constant? Negative 8. Very good. 3x minus 8. This problem has a trap of 3 minus 8. Do not do that. Remember, order operations, we have to multiply first. We will always distribute before we add. Always distribute before we add. We're going to take this negative 8 and multiply it inside. There we're going to get negative 8x plus 16. Always check your math with a calculator. Now we're going to drop this 3 down, and we can now combine that 3 with the 16 over here. Those are our like terms now. That's going to equal negative 8x plus what? 19. Plus 19. So again, always distribute first and then combine like terms. You will never combine before. Distribute, then combine. May the math be with you.